Mr. Carl D.
You know, there's a Harvard study that people who clap and cheer, they become richer 5 times than their friends. Are you guys happy to be here? I have a question for everybody. The first question is, what is your dream home like? Ayan, you know, when I was a young boy, 13 kami sa bahay. Sabi ko, ang dream home ko, may sarili akong kwarto. Yun lang yung dream home ko. And lastly, pag nag-aaral ako, habang nanonood ng television yung mga kamag-anak ko. So isa pang wish ko, isa na may sarili akong lamesa. How many here can relate? Yes. Ito, another question. Ano gusto natin? Big house pero renting. O small house pero sa atin. Small house, right? Iba pa rin kasi yung sa atin yung bahay, di ba? Kahit maliit, at least sa atin. Guys, today I'm gonna get the housewarming started by sharing with you a story about Lola Teresa. 30 years ago, nag-borrow siya ng pera. Sabi niya, hindi. Okay lang magkaroon ng interest, magbabayad ako ng 40,000 for the next 20 years. Magbabayad ako, utang ako sa bangko, 40,000 per month. So is buying a home good or bad? What do you think? Si Lola Nena naman, medyo mas YOLO ang life. Lola Nena. Ayoko bumili ng property kasi takot ako sa interest. I will just pay rent. So 20,000 per month, kalahati na binabayad ni Lola Teresa. Very flexible. What do you prefer? Hulog-hulog na may interest to buy your own property or monthly, no obligation? So after 30 years, i-share ko sa inyo, si Lola Teresa naghulog ng 9.6 million with interest. So malaking pera, di ba? 40,000 for 20 long years. Si Lola Nena, mas konti lang binayad niya. 20,000 a month, 7.2 million. Si Lola Teresa, after paying interest and after paying for 20 long years, hindi na niya kailangan magbayad ng rent after 20 years. Di ba? At the time na medyo senior na siya, hindi na niya kailangan magproblema. But Lola Nena, even at old age, still has to pay rent. Si Lola Teresa, the kids and the family, they had a place they called home. Si Lola Nena, hindi stable yung mga kids niya. Dahil nga hindi sa kanila yung bahay, no commitment. But here's the deal maker. After 30 years, lahat ng binayad ni Lola Nena sa rent, magkano naiwan sa kanya? 0, right? But si Lola Teresa, na nagbayad ng installment, nagbayad ng interest, after 30 years, pag binenta niya yung property, easily, she can get the money back. So with this, buy or rent? Buy, syempre. Ang superpower ng property, ang pinaka-superpower niya is, first, you own it. Sa'yo to. But you can live in it, you can use it, you can create memories. In property, it's very different. You can use it, you own it, and it doesn't lose value. Over 30 years, 20 years, the value will be intact. The superpower of property is the ability for you to buy it in hulog, hulog, hulog. Dahan-dahan, pero nagagamit mo na siya. Rent to own is a model na superpower ng property. Kasi, hindi mo pa fully paid, pero you're using it as if you are fully paid. That's the power of a rent-to-own property. There are 2 types of installment, di ba? Para very clear lang tayo, there is a bad debt and there is a good debt. Okay, bad debt. Ito yung utang na binibili natin sa mga bagay that loses value. You don't want to buy that in installment. Di ba? Gusto mo, pag naipon mo na tsaka mo bibilin. Things that does not generate income, these are under bad debt. Over sa travel, yung wala pa yung pera, it does not add money to your pocket. And lastly, consumed and gone. Ito sa mga medyo mahilig kumain sa restaurant. Medyo think twice. Kasi baka naman sa kakain natin sa restaurant, yung binabayad natin, kaya na maka-invest sa isang property. Good debt naman ay okay lang bilhin ng hulog-hulugan because it increase in value. It gives you income kung bumili tayo ng rental property. It improves your value. For example, you wanna go study, na okay lang bayaran mo ng hulog-hulugan kasi afterwards, tataas naman yung salary natin. It's long-lasting, hindi siya parang consumables na nauubos lang. It makes you more productive. And of course, you want to buy things that allows you to reach financial freedom faster. My last learning for you today, ito na, I always get this question, Sir Carl, how will I know if I can afford to buy property? 5 checklists to know if you can buy, if you can afford property. Number 1, kailangan yung monthly cash flow natin in excess. You call this surplus ka. Pag may surplus ka, you know na, uy, parang kaya ko na bumili ng property. Pag naset na natin yung emergency fund, oy, anytime magkaroon ako ng problem, magkasakit ako, at least the money is there. I know I will not panic, I will not stress. No or little bad debt. Ayan, pag nababayaran natin ang credit card natin on time, wala naman tayong significant stressor na debt. Alam natin na, okay, we're financially healthy. And last 2, our income source is secure. Alam mong, we know na hindi. Itong skill set ko, I can easily find a job, I can easily side hustle, I should be okay. And lastly, if after removing all your expenses at makita mo, uy, I have excess of 50,000 a month, at yung monthly na hulog-hulog sa isang PhilInvest property is 50,000, I can afford it na kasi may excess na yung monthly ko. So that's how you analyze if you can afford property. A peaceful, secure home that you own is where the heart finds its safest rest. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together if you learned something new today. Thank you very much.
It feels right.